The hospital room smelled of antiseptic and regret, the kind that clings to your skin long after you've left. Madeline blinked against the harsh fluorescent lights, her head throbbing like a distant drum. The doctor had just left, his words echoing. Amnesia partial, triggered by the crash. She reached for her phone on the bedside table, her fingers trembling as she scrolled through contacts. Maeve's name popped up first, labeled simply Love. Without thinking, she dialed, and when the voice on the other end answered, smooth, concerned, Madeline's mouth moved before her mind could catch up. You heartbreaker, she spat, the words foreign yet familiar, bubbling up from some buried place. What did you do to me? Maeve's breath caught on the line, a sharp intake that Madeline could almost feel through the speaker. Madeline? Oh God, you're awake. The hospital called, I was on my way. What are you talking about? But Madeline's pulse raced, fragments of memories flashing like broken glass. Arguments in lavish apartments, tears in the rain, a sense of betrayal so deep it twisted her gut. She hung up, her heart pounding, wondering who this woman really was to her. Hours later, Maeve burst into the room, her red hair slightly disheveled from the rush, her designer coat flapping like wings. She was every inch the billionaire heiress the nurses had whispered about. Poised, powerful, with eyes that could command boardrooms or break hearts. Maddie, she said, voice cracking as she approached the bed. Madeline flinched at the nickname, pulling the thin blanket higher. Who are you? Madeline asked, her voice steady despite the chaos inside. Maeve stopped, her face paling. I'm your fiancée. We've been together for 3 years. The ring, look at your hand. Madeline glanced down, seeing the diamond glinting mockingly. Felt wrong, heavy like a chain. The explanation came in waves. Maeve sat on the edge of the bed, her hands clasped tightly. You were driving home from a meeting. Slippery roads, a truck swerved. They said you hit your head hard. But Madeline's mind was a fog, piecing together scraps. She remembered laughter in a cozy cafe, stolen kisses in elevators, but also shouts, slammed doors, and the sting of secrets. Why did I call you a heartbreaker? Madeline pressed, her green eyes narrowing. Maeve hesitated, her blue gaze dropping. We've had our fights. Like any couple. But we're engaged, Maddie. We're building a life. That night, alone in the dim room, Madeline's thoughts spiraled. Who was she before this? A marketing executive, Maeve had said, successful in her own right, but always in the shadow of Maeve's empire. The Harrington fortune. Tech giants, old money intertwined with new innovations. Madeline's family? Distant conservative folks from a small Midwest town, who'd never fully accepted her lifestyle. The word made her cringe even now. As sleep evaded her, she wondered if the accident had erased more than memories. It had unearthed truths she'd buried deep. The next morning brought visitors. First, her brother Tom, barreling in with a bouquet of wilted flowers. Sis, you scared us, he said, hugging her awkwardly. Tom was the epitome of suburban normalcy, wife, kids, a job and insurance. He glanced around as if expecting Maeve. Where's her? He asked, the pronoun laced with discomfort. Madeline shrugged. On a call. Work. Tom's face tightened. You know, Mom and Dad are worried. They want you home. Away from all this. Complication. The word hung heavy. Complication. That's what her relationship had always been to them. A deviation from the script of weddings and grandkids. Madeline felt a spark of defiance. This is my life, Tom. But inside doubts gnawed. What if the amnesia was a sign? A chance to reset, to choose differently? Maeve returned later, bearing coffee and apologies. I cleared my schedule. We're going home together. Home. A penthouse overlooking Manhattan, Maeve described. But as they left the hospital, paparazzi swarmed, flashes blinding. Maeve Harrington's fiancé in accident. One shouted. Madeline shielded her face, realizing her life wasn't just private. It was public fodder. Settling into the luxurious apartment, Madeline wandered the halls like a ghost. Photos lined the walls. Them at galas, vacations in Europe, smiles frozen in time. But one caught her eye. A candid shot of Madeline alone, eyes red-rimmed as if crying. What happened here? She asked Maeve, who was pouring wine. Maeve sighed. A rough patch. Your parents cut you off after we announced the engagement. It hit you hard. Madeline's chest tightened. Cut off? For loving a woman? The societal weight pressed down the judgments from family, friends, the world. That evening over dinner, tensions simmered. Tell me everything, Madeline demanded. Maeve obliged, voice steady but eyes evasive. They met at a charity event. Sparks flew instantly. Madeline ambitious and fiery. Maeve calculated and magnetic. But cracks appeared early. Madeline's desire for normalcy clashing with Maeve's high-profile life. You accused me of prioritizing work over us, Maeve admitted. And maybe I did. But I love you. Madeline searched her face for lies, finding only vulnerability. Yet, a voice whispered heartbreaker. As days blurred, fragments returned. A memory of Maeve flirting at a party, Madeline storming out. Another of whispered phone calls late at night. Was it paranoia or truth? Madeline confided in her best friend Lisa. Over coffee. Something feels off, she said. Lisa, ever loyal, frowned. Maeve's intense. But she's good for you. Pushed you to be better. But Lisa's hesitation spoke volumes. Just be careful. Her world chews people up. One night, Madeline found an old journal in a drawer. Entries scrawled in her handwriting. Maeve's secrets are killing me. Does she even see me? Or just the image? Her heart raced. Confrontation loomed. What aren't you telling me? She asked Maeve later, journal in hand. Maeve's face crumpled. I had an affair. Brief, stupid. We worked through it. The admission hit like a punch. Betrayal raw and real. Madeline recoiled, the room spinning. How could you? Tears flowed, arguments escalated. Maeve begged forgiveness, citing stress, loneliness. But Madeline saw the pattern, power imbalances, where Maeve's wealth dictated terms. You bought my silence with this life, Madeline accused. Maeve shook her head. No, I fought for us against everything, my board, the media, your family. The fight drained them, leaving silence thick as fog. In the quiet aftermath, Madeline grappled with choices. Stay and rebuild or leave and face the void. Society's eyes watched, judging queer love as fragile, disposable. Her parents called, offering reconciliation if she came to her senses. The pressure mounted, inner turmoil churning. What price for love? For authenticity? Madeline stared out the floor-to-ceiling windows, the city lights blurring into a sea of judgment. Days had passed since the journal revelation, each one a battleground of emotions. Maeve tiptoed around her, offering space yet hovering like a shadow. We need to talk, Madeline finally said one evening as rain pelted the glass. Maeve nodded, setting down her tablet. Always work, even now. They sat on the plush sofa, the distance between them vast despite proximity. The affair, Madeline began, voice steady. Who was she? Maeve winced, rubbing her temples. A colleague. It was nothing, stress from a merger. I ended it before you found out. But Madeline pressed. How did I find out? Maeve's eyes flickered. You saw texts. We fought for weeks. You almost left. The memory teased at Madeline's edges, a suitcase packed, door slamming. Why did I stay? She whispered. Maeve reached for her hand, but Madeline pulled back. Because you love me. And I promised change. Change. The word mocked her. Madeline's mind raced through implications. Trust shattered, rebuilt on shaky ground. Society's whispers amplified. Lesbian relationships as experiments, not commitments. Her conservative upbringing echoed in her head. Parents' voices decrying unnatural bonds. My family, Madeline said aloud. They used this against us, didn't they? Maeve nodded. Your mom called it a phase. Said I'd corrupt you with my money. The next day, Madeline met her mother, Evelyn, at a quiet diner in the suburbs. Evelyn, prim in her cardigan, hugged her tightly. We've missed you, dear. That woman. She's not right for you. Madeline bristled. Her name is Maeve, Mom. And she's my fiancée. Evelyn's lips thinned. Fiancée? In our church, marriage is between man and woman. Think of the children you'd never have. The word stung, dredging up old wounds. Madeline had come out in college, met with tears and prayers for healing. Now amnesia stripped her defenses, making her question everything. Back home, Maeve waited with dinner prepared. A rare domestic gesture. How was it? She asked. Madeline slammed her keys down. They want me to leave you. Say you're the problem. Maeve's face hardened. And what do you think? The question hung charged. Madeline paced. I think you've hurt me. But they hurt me too with their bigotry. Maeve stood, pulling her close despite resistance. Then fight with me. Against them, the world. But doubt festered. Madeline dug deeper, finding emails from months ago. Flirty exchanges with the colleague. You lied, she confronted Maeve that night. It wasn't brief. Maeve collapsed into a chair, tears streaming. I was scared. My family's legacy coming out cost me allies. I self-sabotaged. The confession peeled layers. Maeve's own struggles, a father who disowned her for being gay, building her empire as armor. Madeline felt a pang of empathy, but anger surged. So you betrayed me to feel in control? The argument exploded, voices echoing off marble walls. You act like you're the victim, Madeline yelled. But I'm the one paying the price, isolated, doubted. Maeve shot back. I've given you everything. Security, love, against all odds. Objects flew. A vase shattered, symbolizing their fragility. Neighbors might hear, but Madeline didn't care. This was raw, unfiltered truth. In the wreckage, they sat apart, breathing heavy. Madeline's inner monologue raged. Was love worth this pain? Society demanded perfection from queer couples, no room for mistakes. Her decision loomed. Forgive and risk more hurt, or walk away and face loneliness. The next morning, a call from work complicated things. Madeline's boss, sympathetic to her situation, offered a transfer to Chicago. Away from Maeve, the spotlight. She confided in Lisa again over lunch. It's a fresh start, Lisa said. But do you want it? Madeline toyed with her food. Part of me does. Escape the drama. Lisa leaned in. Maeve's world is toxic. But you two. There's real love there. The words echoed Madeline's turmoil. That evening, Maeve proposed therapy. Let's fix us, she pleaded. Madeline agreed tentatively. Sessions began, unraveling threads. The therapist, Dr. Reyes, probed gently. Madeline, what do you fear most? She hesitated. Losing myself in her shadow. Maeve admitted. I fear being alone with my failures. Progress inched forward, but setbacks hit. A tabloid article surfaced. Harrington heiress's rocky romance. Affair rumors swirl. Maeve's board pressured her. This affects stock prices, one said. Madeline felt like collateral. Family interference escalated. Tom visited, bearing a letter from their parents. Come home. We'll support you without her. Madeline tore it up. This is support? Conditional love. Tom sighed. They're scared for you. Society's not kind to. You're kind. The phrase ignited fury. My kind? We're people, Tom. Loving who we love. As tensions peaked, Madeline made a choice. A weekend getaway, just them. In a quiet cabin upstate, away from prying eyes, they really talked. Maeve shared childhood stories of hiding her identity, the toll of success. Madeline recalled fragments of their early days, passion unmarred. But on the drive back, a heated debate arose. You still don't trust me, Maeve accused. How can I after the lies? Madeline retorted. The car swerved slightly in the rain, echoing the accident. Panic gripped Madeline. Pull over. They did, hearts racing. In that moment, vulnerability surfaced. I can't lose you again, Maeve whispered. Madeline touched her cheek. Then prove it. Back in the city, change began. Maeve delegated work, prioritized them. But whispers of doubt lingered. Madeline's amnesia lifted in pieces, revealing more betrayals. Not just Maeve's, but her own compromises. She'd ignored red flags for stability. The moral quandary deepened. Was staying ethical or self-betrayal? Society's gaze weighed heavy, demanding they conform or crumble. Weeks turned into months, the therapy sessions becoming battlegrounds for truth. Dr. Reyes watched as Madeline and Maeve peeled back layers, exposing raw nerves. Trust is earned, Madeline said one day, her voice laced with exhaustion. Maeve nodded, but her eyes betrayed frustration. How many times do I apologize? The room thickened with unspoken resentments. Madeline's lingering amnesia gaps, Maeve's impatience. Outside therapy, life pressed on. Madeline returned to work, her colleagues tiptoeing around her. Glad you're back, her boss said, but the pity in his eyes stung. Whispers in the break room. Her fiancé's that rich lesbian, must be complicated. The label chafed, reducing their love to a spectacle. Madeline threw herself into projects, seeking independence. But evenings brought confrontations. "You're distant," Maeve complained. "I'm finding myself," Madeline shot back. A family reunion loomed, her cousin's wedding in Ohio. "Come with me," Madeline urged Maeve. "Show them we're real." Maeve hesitated. "Your family hates me." But she agreed, a test of commitment. The flight was tense, Madeline's mind swirling with scenarios. Arrival brought cold shoulders. Evelyn hugged Madeline, ignoring Maeve. "Nice to see you," Maeve said politely. Evelyn's response, "Likewise." The disdain was palpable. At the rehearsal dinner, tensions boiled. Uncle Frank, beer in hand, cornered Madeline. "Heard about your accident. Maybe it's a sign to straighten up." Laughter from relatives. Madeline's face burned. "Love isn't straight, Uncle." Maeve intervened, voice calm. "We're happy. That's what matters." But later, in their hotel room, Madeline broke. "They'll never accept us." Maeve held her. "Then we make our own family." The wedding day amplified divides. As vows echoed, Madeline envied the ease of heterosexual bliss. No judgments, just celebration. During the reception, a cousin pulled her aside. "Does she make you happy?" "Really?" Madeline paused. "Most days." But doubt seated. That night, back in the room, Maeve proposed again, properly on one knee. "Marry me for us." Tears flowed, but Madeline whispered, "Not yet." Returning to New York, the high wore off. Maeve dove back into work, a major deal consuming her. Madeline felt sidelined again. "You're choosing business over me," she accused. Maeve snapped, "This funds our life." The fight escalated, old wounds reopening. Madeline stormed out, wandering streets, phone buzzing with Maeve's calls. She ended up at Lisa's apartment. "It's toxic," Lisa said. "But you love her." Madeline nodded, torn. Memories flooded back fully now. The affair's discovery, her forgiveness laced with resentment. "I stayed for security," she admitted. Lisa urged, "Choose happiness, not status." The next day, Madeline confronted Maeve at her office, bypassing security. "We need boundaries," she demanded. Maeve, mid-meeting, excused herself. In the hallway, voices rose. "I'm trying," Maeve exclaimed. "Not hard enough," Madeline retorted. A colleague overheard, fueling gossip. By evening, a blog post appeared. Trouble in paradise for Harrington and her lover? The media frenzy intensified societal pressure. Protests outside Maeve's building. Conservative groups decrying immoral influences. Madeline's parents called, gloating. "See? This lifestyle brings chaos." Inner conflict raged. Defy them or yield? Madeline chose defiance, posting a statement online. "Love is love. Back off." But backlash hit hard. Threats arrived, emails vile with hate. Maeve hired security, but Madeline felt caged. "This is the price," Maeve said. "For us." Madeline questioned. A pivotal moment came at a gala. Maeve's arm candy roll chafed. She mingled alone, meeting Alex, a fellow queer woman in activism. "You're brave," Alex said. Flattery sparked something. Innocent but dangerous. Maeve noticed jealousy flaring. "Who was that?" she demanded later. "A friend," Madeline lied, the omission a small betrayal. The cycle continued. Accusations, reconciliations. Therapy revealed patterns. Madeline's people-pleasing from family trauma. Maeve's control from abandonment fears. A breaking point neared. Madeline's job offered promotion with relocation. "San Francisco," she told Maeve. "Fresh start." Maeve paled. "Without me." The ultimatum hung. "Come with or let me go." Maeve refused. "My empire's here." Heartbreak loomed, decisions weighing souls. Madeline packed a bag, staying with Lisa. Solitude brought clarity. Love shouldn't cost identity. But missing Maeve ached. A late-night call. "I can't breathe without you," Maeve sobbed. Madeline wavered. "Then change." Reunion tentative, they rebuilt slowly. Maeve delegated more. Attended pride events openly. Madeline asserted boundaries. But family struck again. Evelyn's health scare. "Come home," Tom pleaded. Madeline went alone, Maeve understanding. At the hospital, Evelyn whispered, "I was wrong. Be happy." A turning point? Or manipulation? Back, Madeline shared. Maybe bridges can mend. Maeve smiled warily. Progress but fragile. Society's shadows lingered, moral dilemmas persistent. Sacrifice self for love, or love for self. The fragile piece shattered like glass underfoot. Madeline returned from Ohio buoyed by her mother's words. But reality crashed in. Maeve's deal closed triumphantly, celebrated with a party, where Alex appeared, invited unknowingly. Small world, Alex said, smiling at Madeline. Maeve's eyes narrowed, suspicion igniting. What's this? She hissed later. Madeline explained, but trust frayed. You're pulling away, Maeve accused. Arguments reignited, cyclic and exhausting. I'm not the villain, Maeve yelled. Madeline countered. Then stop acting like one. Doors slammed, nights spent apart. Madeline crashed at Lisa's again, questioning everything. Is this worth it? She asked the mirror, face gaunt from stress. Memories now fully restored painted a fuller picture. Pre-accident, she'd contemplated leaving, drafting a breakup letter. Confronting Maeve with it, the letter trembled in her hand. I was going to end us. Maeve read, tears falling. Why didn't you? Madeline sighed. Fear. Of being alone, judged. Maeve crumbled. I've failed you. The admission sparked hope, but damage ran deep. Societal pressures mounted. A conservative lawsuit targeted Maeve's company for promoting alternative lifestyles. Protests escalated, pickets outside their home. Go back to the closet, one sign read. Madeline felt exposed, vulnerable. This is our life, she asked Maeve. Yes, and I choose it again. But Madeline wavered. A secret meeting with Alex, coffee platonic, offered perspective. You deserve peace, Alex said. Temptation flickered, not romantic but of freedom. Maeve discovered the receipt, paranoia peaking. Cheating, she raged. No. Madeline defended. The fight turned ugly, accusations flying. You're just like your family, ashamed. Maeve spat. In the heat, Madeline revealed a truth. I kissed someone once during our rough patch. Retaliation, betrayal. Maeve recoiled. Hypocrite. The mutual wounds gaped, trust obliterated. They separated unofficially, Madeline moving to a sublet. Loneliness hit hard, inner monologues endless. Was revenge justified? Moral lines blurred. Family swooped in. Evelyn visited New York. Supportive now. Leave her. Find a nice man. Madeline laughed bitterly. Mom, I'm gay. Evelyn softened. Then find peace alone. The advice tempted, societal norms pulling. Maeve meanwhile spiraled, workaholic binges, tabloid sightings with others. Jealousy stung Madeline. A drunken call. I miss you. Madeline hung up, heartbreaking. Therapy alone now, Dr. Reyes advised reflection. What do you want? Madeline pondered. Authenticity over facade. A turning event. Maeve's father died suddenly. Despite estrangement, she grieved. Madeline attended the funeral, a gesture. There, old wounds surfaced, Maeve's family ignoring her queerness. Thank you for coming, Maeve whispered. Reconciliation sparked. They talked post-service, vulnerabilities shared. I pushed you away, Maeve admitted. Back together tentatively, but scars remained. Madeline's promotion offer resurfaced. Take it, Maeve said, sacrificial. If it makes you happy. The gesture moved Madeline, but she declined. We fixed this first. Efforts redoubled, couples retreats, open communication. Yet betrayal lingered. A leaked email from Maeve's past affair surfaced online. Media frenzy renewed. See? Unstable, headlines screamed. Madeline faced workplace scrutiny, colleagues distancing. Is it true? Her boss asked. Defiance rose. Our business. Family backlash. Tom disinvited her from holidays. Too much drama. Isolation deepened. Madeline's inner turmoil peaked. Sacrifice family for love? Or vice versa? A pivotal choice, public interview. Together they spoke out. We're human, flawed but committed. Response mixed. Support from LGBTQ+ community. Hate from others. Empowerment surged but costs mounted. Maeve's stock dipped, bored unrest. Step down or hide, they demanded. Maeve refused. This is who I am. Madeline admired her. Love rekindling. But a final test. Alex confessed feelings. I care for you, Madeline rejected gently. My heart's with Maeve. Loyalty chosen, but at what price? Guilt over past kiss nod. As high trended, a quiet evening brought confession. I forgive you, Madeline said. Maeve wept. And I you. Healing began, slow and tentative. Society's judgments faded to background noise. Personal growth foreground. But peace proved illusory. An anonymous tip to Madeline. Maeve's affair wasn't singular. Evidence mounted, texts, photos. Confrontation explosive. How many? Madeline demanded. Maeve denied, then broke. One more. Early on. The ultimate betrayal. Madeline left, this time for good? Heart shattered, she fled to Chicago, accepting the job. Distance brought clarity. Love toxic when unbalanced. Maeve pursued, apologies endless. I'll change everything. Torn, Madeline weighed. Return and risk or forge alone? Moral dilemma crystallized. Is forgiveness strength or weakness? Chicago's wind whipped through Madeline's new apartment. A stark contrast to Manhattan's opulence. Boxes unpacked slowly. Each item a reminder of what she'd left. Maeve's calls went unanswered at first, but persistence wore her down. Just talk, Maeve pleaded in a voicemail. Madeline relented, a video call bridging miles. Maeve looked haggard, empire crumbling under scandal. I stepped down, she said. For us. The sacrifice stunned Madeline. Why? Maeve's eyes welled. Because you were right. I prioritized wrong. Empathy stirred, but caution held. Words aren't enough. Maeve nodded. I'm in therapy alone. Facing my demons. The conversation stretched, peeling scabs. Madeline admitted her own flaws. Clinging to security, ignoring instincts. Weeks passed, Madeline thriving at work, independence intoxicating. But loneliness crept in, nights haunted by memories. Lisa visited, advising caution. Don't rush back. Yet Madeline's heart pulled. A surprise. Maeve arrived in Chicago unannounced. I needed to see you. They walked along the lake, words careful. I betrayed you repeatedly, Maeve confessed. From fear of vulnerability. Madeline listened, inner conflict raging. And I betrayed myself by staying. Tears mingled with wind. Can we start over? Maeve asked. Madeline hesitated. As equals. They tried long distance at first, visits frequent. Maeve rebuilt modestly away from spotlight. Madeline's family softened, Evelyn calling. I see your pain. Whatever makes you happy. Acceptance? Or resignation? Societal echoes faded, but internal battles persisted. Pride events attended together. Advocacy work shared. But triggers arose, a flirtatious glance, a late call. Trust rebuilt brick by brick, but fragile. A year later, proposal renewed. In a simple park, no fanfare. Marry me as partners. Madeline accepted. Ring lighter now. Wedding small, intimate, friends, tentative family. Vows exchanged, promises of honesty. But life tested. Maeve's past resurfaced. A lawsuit from ex-lover. Media dug up dirt. Madeline stood firm. We face it together. Victory came, but at emotional cost. Reflections deepened. Love's price. Constant vigilance against self and society. Years on, they navigated therapy, ongoing, boundaries firm. Children discussed, adoption pursued. Family reconciled partially, society evolving slowly. But Madeline often wondered. Was it all worth the scars? In quiet moments, doubts whispered. Had she chosen right? Or compromised too much? The journey taught. Love demands sacrifice, but where's the line? Was forgiving repeated betrayals a sign of true love, or merely enabling toxicity? Chicago's relentless wind became Madeline's companion, a constant reminder of change. Her new apartment, modest and hers alone, echoed with solitude as she unpacked. Each photo of Maeve tucked away, a pang in her chest. Work absorbed her, promoted quickly, colleagues respecting her drive. But evenings brought voids, wine glasses solitary. Maeve's persistence chipped away. Texts, flowers, voicemails raw with regret. I miss your laugh, one said. Madeline caved, a call turning into hours. I resigned from the board, Maeve revealed. Sold shares. Starting fresh. The magnitude hit, billionaire no more, choosing love over legacy. For you, Maeve added. Madeline's walls cracked. Prove it. Visits began tentative. Maeve in Chicago, exploring neighborhoods hand in hand. Conversations delved deep. Maeve's childhood rejection, Madeline's familial pressures. We both hid, Madeline realized, from ourselves. Therapy joint now, virtual sessions bridging gaps. Family dynamics shifted. Evelyn visited, awkward but earnest. I read about queer rights, she said, trying to understand. Madeline hugged her, tears flowing. Thank you. Tom followed, kids in tow. Aunt Maddie's cool, the niece said, melting ice. Society's evolution aided, laws progressing, visibility increasing. But personal demons lingered. A night out, Maeve chatted animatedly with a woman. Jealousy flared in Madeline. Old habits, she asked later. Maeve reassured. Just networking. Trust tested, passed. They cohabitated eventually, Maeve relocating. A startup together, ethical tech, balanced. Success modest, fulfilling. Adoption process started, dreams of family real. Yet, high-profile past haunted. A documentary request, their story as inspiration. They agreed, sharing truths. Backlash came but support outweighed. Empowerment surged. In reflection, Madeline journaled. We paid dearly. Trust broken, families strained, identities questioned. But growth emerged. Maeve read it, nodding. Worth every tear. As they built, questions remained. Did society force extra hurdles? Was their love exceptional, or ordinary resilience? Ultimately, in a quiet vow renewal, they affirmed. Love prevails, but at what cost? Was forgiving repeated betrayals a sign of true love, or merely enabling toxicity?